Hi, thank you for joining today. This session covers budgeting and saving tips to help you build wealth while maintaining financial freedom. Whether you are just starting your financial journey or refining your current budget, this is the right place to be. Today's session will explore how to build a budget, set financial goals, track spending, reduce debt, and create an emergency fund, all while still having the flexibility to enjoy the things that matter most to you. By the end of this presentation, you will have practical steps to take control of your finances and move closer to achieving your goals. Before we dive into today's presentation, let's take a quick look at what we'll be covering. We will start with discussing the importance of creating a budget, why they often fail, and how to make them work. Then, we will walk through a 3-step process to help you start budgeting, plus you will get an interactive budgeting worksheet to put it into action. We will also cover staying consistent, reducing debt while saving, and building an emergency fund to help you stay on track and prepare for the unexpected. Finally, we will discuss the benefits of connecting with a financial professional for personalized guidance. There is a lot of valuable information ahead, so let's get started. If you have ever tried to budget but still found yourself overspending, you are not alone. Studies show that only 1 in 4 Americans creates a budget each month, and even then, many struggle to stick to it. Why does that happen? Even with the best intentions, budgets can feel restrictive or difficult to maintain. Today, we will explore why that is, and more importantly, how to make budgeting work in a way that feels realistic and sustainable. Budgeting is not about cutting out everything you enjoy. It is about making your money work for you. To help with that, we have provided an interactive budgeting worksheet, which we will walk through step by step. Let's start with the foundation of any budget, understanding your take-home pay. This is the total amount of income you bring home after taxes, retirement contributions, and other deductions. The first step is to calculate your individual take-home pay. This might be the amount deposited into your bank account from your salary or wages each month. But don't forget, if you have other family members contributing to the household income, you'll want to include their take-home pay as well. It's also important to account for any additional income sources. These might include bonuses from work, freelance or side jobs, investment income, or rental property earnings. By knowing exactly how much money is coming in each month, you'll have a clearer picture of what you can allocate towards savings, expenses, and discretionary spending. Step 2. Tracking your spending. The next step in managing your finances is knowing where your money is going. When you track your expenses, you start to see patterns in your spending. This makes it easier to identify areas where you can save and adjust. One way to organize your budget is by using the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs like rent, utilities, and groceries, 30% for wants like dining out and entertainment, and 20% for savings and debt payments. Remember, these percentages are just a guide. It's okay if your numbers don't match exactly. The key is working toward a balanced budget that supports your financial goals. Step 3. Using the budgeting worksheet. Now, let's put it all together. We have provided an interactive budgeting worksheet to help you get started. Before diving in, you may need to gather your financial records or open your online banking app to review recent purchases. To begin, enter your take-home pay, then start filling in your spending categories. As you review your bank and credit card statements, use the provided list to categorize your expenses or customize it to fit your unique spending habits. This will give you a clearer picture of where your money is going and help you make informed adjustments. As you fill in the worksheet, you will see a summary of your expenses along with visual breakdowns to help you understand your spending. You will also see how your spending habits compare to the 50-30-20 rule, highlighting where you may be over or under budget. Plus, there are helpful tips for each category to guide your financial decisions and keep you on track. Now you have the basics for creating a budget. Great work. But budgeting is not something you do once and forget about. Just like a workout routine or healthy eating habits, consistency is key. Checking in regularly helps ensure your budget is keeping you on track towards your goals. Try reviewing your spending each month. Look at where your money went. Did it align with your budget? Maybe you spent more on takeout or online shopping than planned. That is okay. The important part is making adjustments for the next month. Think of your budget like a GPS. If you get off track, you can course correct. As long as you keep checking in and making small adjustments, you will stay headed in the right direction. Let's face it, debt can feel like a heavy weight. Balancing debt payments while trying to save may seem challenging, but you don't have to choose between the two. It is possible to reduce debt while building your savings at the same time. There are two common debt repayment strategies. The avalanche method, where you pay off the highest interest debt first to save money over time. The snowball method, where you focus on paying off the smallest debts first for quick wins and motivation. Both methods can work, so it is important to choose the one that best fits your financial situation and keeps you motivated. Let's look at each in a little more detail. The avalanche method involves paying off your debts with the highest interest rates first while making minimum payments on your other debts. Once the highest interest debt is paid off, you move to the next highest interest rate, and so on. Here's an example of how the avalanche method works. Let's say you have 3 debts: a credit card with an 18% interest rate, a car loan with a 7% interest rate, and a student loan with a 4% interest rate. With the avalanche method, you would focus on paying off the credit card debt first, since it has the highest interest rate. Once that's paid off, you'd move to the car loan and finally to the student loan. This way, you save the most money on interest over time. The snowball method involves paying off your smallest debts first, regardless of the interest rate, while making minimum payments on the larger debts. Once the smallest debt is paid off, you move to the next smallest debt, and so on. With the snowball method, you would pay off the credit card debt first, since it has the smallest balance, then move on to the student loan and finally to the car loan. Even though the credit card has the highest interest rate, the snowball method focuses on clearing the smallest debts to build motivation. One of the most important steps in financial security is building an emergency fund. This acts as a safety net to cover unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or job loss. A good rule of thumb is to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses. For example, if your monthly expenses total $3,000, you should aim to set aside between $9,000 and $18,000. Even if you start small, consistently setting aside money each month can make a big difference. The sooner you begin, the more secure you will feel knowing you are prepared for the unexpected. An emergency fund also helps you avoid high-interest debt, such as credit cards or loans, when unexpected costs arise. It can provide peace of mind knowing that if life throws you a curveball, you won't have to scramble or borrow money to cover your needs. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize the importance of seeking personalized financial guidance. Everyone's financial situation is unique, and working with a financial professional can help you create a plan that fits your needs. If you need help organizing your finances, setting realistic goals, or figuring out where to start, consider connecting with a financial advisor. They can provide support and guidance for important decisions like saving for retirement, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund. Here are 2 action steps you can take right now. First, track your spending. This week, make it your goal to track every dollar you spend. Whether you use an app, a spreadsheet, or just pen and paper, this will help you see patterns in your spending and make informed decisions. Next, set a financial goal. Choose one specific goal for the next 6 months, whether it is paying off a credit card, saving for a vacation, or growing your emergency fund. Make a plan and take small steps toward achieving it. Taking these steps will help you build a solid financial foundation, and working with a financial professional can make the process even easier. We have covered a lot today. From budgeting basics to setting financial goals, reducing debt, and building an emergency fund, these are all essential steps toward financial well-being. The key to success is staying consistent, reviewing your progress, and making adjustments when needed. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Connecting with a financial professional can give you the support and guidance to stay on track. Thank you for joining today. I hope you feel empowered to take control of your finances and start making meaningful changes.